She was the daughter of a pastor. By the age of 7, she began writing poetry. At the age of 14, she had a conversion experience of which she wrote, "Then and there I committed my soul to the Savior, and heaven seemed bright from that moment on." At age 16, she had fallen ill and would be an invalid the rest of her life. Of this tragedy she wrote, "It has already comforted me to think that God might be leading me through some dark ways so that I might afterward be His messenger to some of His children in distress." What a view of life. That's the view of the believer. God has allowed this to happen so I, in turn, might be His servant to those in distress. In spite of her delicate and frail health, this lifelong single adult became proficient in English, French, Italian, German, Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. By age 22, she had memorized the 4 Gospels, the Epistles, Revelation, Psalms, Isaiah, and was working on the minor prophets. On February 4, 1874, she wrote a hymn that she originally entitled "Self-Consecration to Christ." And in the original version, she stressed 10 aspects of self-commitment: hands, feet, voice, will, heart, lips, intellect, love, moments, and days, until she reached her climactic words of commitment: "Ever, only, all for Thee." Now, the night the author wrote the hymn we now know as "Take My Life and Let It Be," she said, "There were 10 persons in the house, some unconverted and long prayed for, some unconverted and long prayed for, and some converted but not rejoicing Christians. And He gave me this prayer: Lord, give me all in this house." And you know, He did just that. Before I left the house that night, everyone had received the blessing they needed, and I was too happy to sleep and passed most of the night in praise and renewal of my own consecration. And these little couplets formed themselves and chimed in my heart, one after the other, until they finished with "Ever, only, all for Thee." 4 years later, she had committed herself even further to the words she had written in her hymn. She said, "The Lord has shown me one other little step, and of course I've taken it with extreme delight. Take my silver and my gold" now means shipping off all my ornaments, including a jewel cabinet, which is really fit for a countess, "to the Church Missionary Society, where they will be accepted and disposed of for me. I retain only a brooch or 2 for daily wear, which are memorials of my dear parents, and also a locket with the only portrait I have of my niece who is in heaven. But these I redeem, all the rest I redeem, so that the whole value goes to the Church Missionary Society." Frances Ridley Havergal was a worshiper. It was the kind of worshiper who offered to God that which He is looking for, the placing of our bodies as living sacrifices on the altar, and staying there.